Hey guys, so today we are going to hollow out part of a mini. We're working on the Socrates Dominator. I believe it's called the Dominator by Station Forge. Let's get that name right. Just a Devastator. Devastator? Dominator. The Socrates Dominator by Station Forge. And it has these really, really large side pieces that if you print them out as is, come out completely solid, take up a lot of resin. We want to cut some of that down. So here on the screen you can see I have the piece that we need to go ahead and print. I am working in Chitubox, something like that. And I'm going to go ahead up here to the top and I'm going to hit the hollow button. And then I'm going to just use the default settings and hit start. And then we're going to stare at the computer for a while. I don't have a terribly fast computer. It's just a Micro Center, factory refurbished, blah, blah, blah. So, but it's moving along pretty well. After it's done here, hollowing out the model, it's going to show us a graphic of the model actually being hollowed out. You can see it running here right now. Now, the important part here is that we need to know if there are any little spaces that are completely sequestered from the rest of the print. Usually, I'm going to go ahead and spin it around, give you some vertigo. You can see it here hollowing all the way down. And we just want to make sure that all of these little caverns lead into another larger cavern, because we can't keep this completely enclosed. It'll keep uncured resin in there that will off-gas, it'll create pressure, it'll ruin the print over time. So we're going to punch some holes in it. But before we punch some holes, we need to know where all of our cavities are. If there are any cavities that are completely encased and not part of the regular part of the model, we need to make sure we punch holes there too. So at every place where it's been hollowed out, we have holes. So let's go ahead and blow this guy. First off, we're going to go ahead and stop the... And oh no, never mind, we have to watch the animation all the way through. Well, let's make it less. So we're doing all of this in Chitubox, and because of the nature of this piece and my Mars 3 Pro, I have to go ahead and support it myself. So I'm using the unsupported model here. All right, now up at the top, dig a hole. We're going to hit that. I like 5mm holes. They're really big. And you want to place them, strategically. Here you can see a setting for keep the hole, which will make a little puck and put it down on the plate if you want to glue it back in. I like to put my holes in places where they're not going to be seen, so that I don't have to worry about plugging them later. So we're going to go ahead and hit add a hole, and it's going to add. Let me click off of this so the menu goes away. And you can see now on the part, there's a little green part. I'm going to put it in a place that's going to dig a hole there. Now, if I spin this around, you can see that this is the outside of the model. So I don't want to dig a hole right in a spot where someone's going to see it. I'm going to go to the inside of the model, and I'm going to dig some holes. I like on this particular model, now I'm going to try it here, but it's not going to work. And I'll tell you why. Oh, never mind. It dug a hole. So we're going to continue to dig holes right there on those little bearings that are already on the inside of the tank, so that no one's ever going to see these, but as it's printing, it will allow resin to drain. That's not the important part. See there, you said it said it wouldn't dig. Let's try that again. Yep, failed, not hollowed out, or too deep. I don't know what any of that means, but I get as many of them as I can. Another one I can't do. Sometimes changing the size of your hole helps. Anyway, it's not just to make sure that the resin can get out. It's to make sure that the off gases will get out. It's also to make sure that you can properly wash this piece by letting water or IPA into it. Let's zoom in here and see what's going on. I'm just going to put that puppy right there. There you go. So I was hitting the side walls when I was trying to dig, and it was saying it's not hollow, but I finally got them all. Now, I'm not 100% positive that that is the entire model, so I'm going to spin around to the side here, and you can see again, this is the inside of the model. This is the bottom of the tank, actually, and then I've got the inside bottom of the tank. I've got some spots here. Now, this hole's a little too big, so I'm going to downsize it. I'm going to take it down to, let's go ahead with 2.5 millimeters, and then I'm just going to punch another one. Yeah. Doesn't want to let that 2.5 millimeter hole go. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's make it 3. Oh, I got one over there already. How about here? Boom, hole. Boom, hole. There you go. Failed. Hitting a sidewall or something. There we go. Made it. Now, if you want to check to see, at least in Chitubox, if you got your holes in appropriate places. Oh, you know one place I always love to put a hole? Whenever you have a gun mount, right there, this is going to be covered up by the gun, boom, hole. Every time. Now, you can pull down and see the layers and see where those layers come together and where those holes are at, just to make sure you didn't miss anything. After that, it's a normal sauce, you know, rotate it, angle it, support it, and print it out. After you print it, I'll show you how I do post-processing on models with holes. So keep on printing.